2012, in its premier race of the year, the National Flying Club released more than 5,000 pigeons, including birds from the Queen's own loft. To get home from their release points in Europe, the birds must fly back across the English Channel, a body of water known in racing circles as the pigeon's graveyard.
That can be a graveyard race, but then again, it's a very popular race.
On the day of the race, 5,560 birds were released, but only 622 managed to return home. Almost 90% of the birds, including all of the Queen's birds, are presumed to have perished.
Yeah, disastrous. There's still only 14 birds, young birds verified in Section K after about 350. I just don't know what's going wrong.
If the weather's bad, you can wipe it out, literally.
Particularly for young birds, crossing the channel for the first time is extremely daunting. The birds face a body of water with no end in sight.
They don't like it, it's alien to them.
It's unnatural for any bird to fly over the water we can't see land on the side. It frightens them.
Circling until they realize there's no way around it, the birds attempt the crossing. They are known to fly close to the surface of the water to avoid winds at higher altitudes, and many may drown, swept under by the waves. Others tire, yet there is nowhere to light. Pigeons are, properly, rock doves. They're gentle birds who have tested higher on intelligence tests than dogs and some primates. In World War II, Britain relied on homing pigeons to fly through enemy gunfire and across the stormy and unpredictable channel to deliver vital coded messages. And a pigeon was the first animal to receive the Dickin Medal, the Victoria Cross for animals, for conspicuous gallantry or devotion to duty. Today, however, homing pigeons are put through their paces and forced to risk and lose their lives for simple human amusement. For the punters, it's just having a flutter, but for the pigeons, it's a matter of life and death. Most of the more than 2.5 million pigeons kept for racing in the UK will not survive the season.
Terrible. Terrible. There's not a single organisation in the UK had good racing this year. It's absolutely abysmal.
Over the last 2 or 3 years there has been a gradual deterioration. There's a hell of a lot of pigeons going missing. In the last 3 years it's got worse. We were all guessing, to be honest with you.
With the wires, with people shooting, and with the hawk problem that we got, if you were completely honest, out of that 100 youngsters, by the time you get to 2 years old, if you've got 30 of them, you're doing well. The amount that come back that have hit wires and their breasts are all ripped open, they're cut across the front, and they get back, they have a drink and the water just falls straight out.
If birds come down on land but have not reached their lofts, they cannot defend themselves from predators, and they don't know how to feed themselves, having always been given commercial feed. One prominent racer wrote, "It doesn't take a Rhodes Scholar to work out what happens to our lost birds." The most infamous race of all is the annual Barcelona International, in which 25,000 birds are entered. Pigeons arriving in Barcelona from the UK must fly up to 900 miles, negotiating many hazards that they have never faced before.
When those pigeons is coming up, the last part of their journey home is the English Channel. And that's where it's a death knell for them.
The casualty rate from pigeon races is staggeringly high, but the carnage doesn't end there. Survivors of races who finish out of the money, and those who aren't kept for breeding, are referred to as rubbish, and they're typically killed after the season.
I'm quite ruthless with pigeons. They've got to perform. They get a couple of years with different hens or different cocks, and if they're not producing, they're out.
The best way to do it is if you get the pigeon like that, 2 fingers, into the bag and neck broken. It's just a hard jump.
Oh, pull.
No pull, because you pull the head right up the shoulder, but just a hard jump.
Okay.
It just breaks the neck, and as you say, it's broke the artery as well.
If you believe this cruelty should stop, please go to peter2.com. Thank you.